2 years ago, you do one whip nay nay, and this is the respect you get. Hold on. There we go. Is that better? How is everybody? This is the highlight weekend of my life. And, well, sorry, Sandra, maybe when we got married. Seriously, it is. I look forward to this weekend, and it's getting a little easier and easier for me to make this happen, because at the first summit, actually in 2013, it was me and a couple volunteers, and we pulled it off, but hopefully we'll put it off with a little more action and fun and content today. So welcome. Who had a good time last night? I thought it was phenomenal. I felt like I met so many new people, and then there's so many people that I met that I couldn't remember if I'd met them in person or seen a talk they did, and it's getting a little out of hand, the size of this organization now. So please, I want to talk to every single person today. But before we do that, I got to say a few thank yous. Nothing would have happened with Jack.org without a few special people. First of all, Sandra, my dear wife, Ben and Julia, our children. Ben's here today, not children anymore, but you know what I mean. And they supported this work, me sort of stepping away from my career from the start. Never looked back, never questioned it once, and that has been so important. There's a couple founding families that people should know about. Our best friends, Jill Evans and David Toyne and Bill and Sally Morris, and many other close friends and family sort of empowered us to do this, and never once thought that this was, why would you do this? Why would you leave a job and sort of take up this thing? And we didn't really know where it would go back in the very first days, but and we couldn't have dreamed it would get here. But so many more people to thank. The staff team, which is now swelled to 22, so we can do so much more to support the real people that do the work, our network across the country. And you are here on behalf of the entire network to really help us make a lot of noise today, but really we're going to listen to you to figure out how to support the network better to do the work. So I'm going to carry on with a little bit of an evolution. So most of you probably know there's been a number of summits. The first 2 years before those summits, we did a lot of work. We worked with 36 schools, we did a big pilot study, we did about 100 workshops, and we evaluated that, and there was one huge thing we were missing. We were talking at young people. And we changed that with the start of the first summit. And there's a young man named Justin and his team from Queens at that time who said, why don't we just see if people will come? Like if we put them all in one room, maybe they'll all come. And you got to believe this was a bit of a nervous moment. We looked up a bunch of emails from schools across the country, and we sent out as many as we could. And we wouldn't know if we'd hear like crickets or we'd get applications back. So that was in the fall of November 2012. And for that summit, we had almost 400 applications. We were completely blown away. And it was really nothing, nothing can replace the first time. It was really special to see people coming together. But as the years have gone by, and you see how the first one is the top sort of right one, number one, it was actually called Unleash the Noise at that time. We had 2 Unleash the Noises. Before, we kind of got this blue color with a little bit of orange and a little bit of black now, and we became formally Jack.org. But that's when we really made our next important transition. And after listening to the students at those first 2 summits, we started formulating our programs. And Sarah and the team, listening to all of you, have really built out what I think are 3 amazing programs, with the summit program and all the regional summits, with the talks program, with speakers in every province now, and we're working with speakers in the territories to get trained. And of course, the chapters. The chapters do the work all year long, and now there's over 150 of them in every single province and territory. So we can actually say we are a national organization, so we have evolved. And we've evolved in another important way. So yeah, back in 2012, we stopped talking at young people and kind of handed it over to you, and had you doing the work, the outreach, the peer-to-peer, that is so, so important. And we're actually getting a lot of accolades for that. Organizations around the world are saying, wow, this is different. What Jack.org is doing is different. But we had another huge pivot. a couple years later, and that's when we started actually making up initiatives, having you all roll them out. And they were being made up by young people, so we thought we kind of had it right. But we didn't have that right either, because some of those initiatives worked at some schools and they didn't work at other schools. And so now it's up to you. It's really up to you, within the guidelines of what our charity mandate is, to go out and figure how to break down the barriers to this most important issue, this single most important health-related issue of mental health and suicide that exists for young people. And that is our cause. How do we make it so it's okay for every single young person to reach out if they're struggling, to support their peers, to help them find resources, to make it okay? And things this year are taking one step further. So as we move on to number 6 in the 6. That's so corny, I'm sorry. Number 6 in the 6 is all about turning this evolution of Jack.org, scaling out across the country, into a revolution. And you've heard the words about the whole theme here, rebels with a cause. So I'm proud to be among you, the rebels, who are going to make such a difference in mental health going forward. Like I said, this may be the most important cause for young people now and forevermore. It touches on everything. We can't have good academic performance, relationship performance, family performance, anything without good emotional well-being, and that's so key. So what you're doing is fantastically important. I thank you all for being here. And it's going to be an amazing, amazing weekend. So have some fun. Meet all the people at your table and beyond. Please, I'd like to talk to every single person over the course of this weekend. Had some awesome conversations last night about possible suggestions for different regions about what we might have to do to kind of tweak the programs a little bit. We're here to listen to you, but you're here to have an amazing weekend. So I thank you, the delegates. I thank the network team, the staff. I thank Kate. As everybody heard from Kate, isn't Kate amazing to pull this all off? And have an amazing, amazing weekend. Thank you for being here.